I'm sure you've heard the news. Your toys are more than just fun and games. They're tiny science labs. Let's uncover their secret power together. Toys might look simple, but there's real science going on inside each one. When you push a toy car, wind up a robot, or press a button on your music box, you're using stored energy. Think of a battery. It's like a tiny backpack packed with energy. When you turn your toy on, that energy changes shape, from chemical in the battery to electrical, and finally to movement or sound. That's why your toy moves, lights up, or plays music, and when the energy runs out, your toy needs a new boost. Stay curious, and let's keep exploring the secret science of toys together. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the For Science Salah Lotfy channel for more fun science adventures.
Welcome to For Science Salah Lotfy channel, where global scientific research becomes clear and accessible.
هنا نحول الأبحاث العلمية العالمية إلى معرفة مبسطة مترجمة لك بلغتك.
Ici, la science est expliquée et traduite pour tous.
Ciencia clara, accesible y disponible en varios idiomas.
Wissenschaft, verständlich und mehrsprachig für jeden.
قناة For Science Salah Lotfy channel. العلم للجميع وبجميع اللغات. تابعنا لاكتشاف المزيد.
Most toys don't have batteries or plugs. So, where does their power come from? Simple answer. It's all about storing energy and then letting it out, kind of like a snack for the toy. Let's take that classic wind-up robot. When I twist the key, I'm actually winding up a spring inside. That's me doing work, putting energy into the toy. The spring holds onto this energy, and when I let go, boom! The robot starts moving. All that movement? It's just the robot using the energy I stored up for it. Now think about a bouncy ball. When I throw it down, my hand gives it energy. The ball squishes, storing that energy for a split second, and then it pops back to shape, shooting back up. Even a simple yo-yo uses stored energy. When I throw it, the string winds up, and the yo-yo spins as it releases that energy. So, why do toys need energy in the first place? Well, movement needs power. Whether it's rolling, bouncing, or spinning, toys need a way to get moving, and stored energy is their secret weapon. Next time you play, see if you can spot where your toy is hiding its energy. Pretty cool, right? And before you go, make sure to subscribe to Qanat For Science Salah Lotfy channel for more awesome science adventures. Stick around for the next episode, where I'll show you even crazier ways toys get powered up. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join us at For Science Salah Lotfy channel for more fun and fascinating science videos. See you next time.
Have you ever stopped to wonder what gives life to your remote control, letting you change channels with just a click? Or what makes it possible to turn on your flashlight in the dark, all with a simple press of a button? The answer is the battery, a tiny portable power plant you can hold in your hand. It's a marvel of engineering, small enough to fit in your pocket, yet powerful enough to keep your favorite devices running. Batteries don't actually create energy. Instead, they store it inside, waiting until you need it most. When you press a button or flip a switch, they release that stored energy, powering everything from children's toys to life-saving medical devices and countless gadgets in between. Imagine if you had to carry a lightning bolt in your pocket. Pretty dangerous, right? Thankfully, batteries safely pack that powerful energy for us, making it easy and safe to use electricity wherever we go. Every time you pop a battery into a device, you're tapping into a clever bit of science. Inside, chemical reactions transform stored energy into electricity, bringing your gadgets to life in an instant. Batteries are the silent engines of our portable lives, powering everything from smartphones and cameras to headphones and more. They make modern convenience possible, keeping us connected and entertained wherever we are. So next time you pick up a battery, take a moment to appreciate the science and innovation packed inside. It's not magic, it's brilliant science, right in the palm of your hand. If you enjoyed learning about the wonders of batteries, don't forget to subscribe to the For Science Salah Lotfy channel for more fascinating science stories and discoveries. Hit the subscribe button now and join our community for more amazing science content every week. What's inside a battery? No hamsters, Just smart engineering and some fascinating chemistry. Batteries may look simple from the outside, but inside, they're packed with carefully designed parts that work together to store and deliver energy whenever you need it. The metal you see on the outside is usually the negative terminal, also called the anode. It's the starting point for the flow of electricity. Inside, you'll find an electrolyte paste and a carbon rod, which acts as the positive terminal, or cathode. These materials are chosen for their ability to participate in chemical reactions that release energy. The two ends, the anode, negative, and cathode, positive, are separated by a thin wall called a separator. This barrier is crucial because it keeps the two sides from touching and causing a short circuit, while still allowing the battery to function. The separator's job is to keep the anode and cathode apart, but it's also porous, letting charged particles, called ions, move through the electrolyte between the two sides. Think of the electrolyte as a busy highway for these ions, enabling the chemical reaction that generates power. Without this movement, the battery simply wouldn't work. Without the electrolyte, a battery is just two metals in a can. No electricity, no power, and no magic. The electrolyte is what brings the battery to life. All these parts work together in harmony, safely storing and releasing energy on demand. It's a carefully balanced system, designed for efficiency and safety. So next time you pop a battery into a remote or a flashlight, remember, it's a simple, brilliant chemical sandwich, engineered to make electricity on the go, powering your world, one device at a time. Where does a battery's energy come from? It's a question we rarely stop to consider, even though batteries power so much of our daily lives, from the smallest remote to the largest electric car. The answer lies in chemical energy, stored deep within the bonds of the battery's materials. This invisible force is what makes our devices come alive at the push of a button. Inside, the anode and cathode are made of substances eager to react, like zinc and manganese dioxide in an alkaline battery. These materials are carefully chosen for their ability to store and release energy efficiently. This stored energy is like a coiled spring, waiting for a circuit to release it. When you connect the battery, the reaction begins, and energy flows to power your device. The separator inside the battery acts as a gatekeeper, keeping the reaction from happening until you need it. This clever design ensures safety and reliability. So when you buy a battery, you're not just buying a simple object. You're buying a safe package of potential energy, ready to be unleashed whenever you need power. The quest for better batteries is a global effort, all about finding the best chemical combinations for more power, greater efficiency, and improved safety. Scientists and engineers are constantly experimenting and innovating. That's the science driving the future of our portable world, making sure we stay connected, mobile, and ready for whatever comes next. So, how does a battery turn chemical energy into electricity? When you complete a circuit, like turning on a toy car, the chemical reaction begins. The anode releases electrons, which can't cross the separator, so they travel through the circuit, powering your device. This flow of electrons is electricity, making motors spin or lights shine. Meanwhile, ions move through the electrolyte to balance the system. The process continues until the chemicals are used up. Then, the battery is dead. All the stored chemical energy has been converted into electrical energy and put to work. It's a one-way trip from potential to power. Look around. Batteries power your alarm clock, toothbrush, smartphone, and more. They free us from wall sockets, making our lives mobile and flexible. Entertainment, hobbies, and even your watch rely on batteries. For safety, smoke detectors and flashlights depend on them, and in medicine, devices like pacemakers and hearing aids are lifesavers. Even cars are going electric, thanks to powerful battery packs. From tiny hearing aids to massive vehicles, batteries are everywhere. They're the invisible force making our world safer, more connected, and more fun. Batteries are a fundamental technology supporting modern life. Imagine a world without batteries. No portable phones, laptops, or music on the go. Everything would be chained to a wall outlet, and our lives would be less connected and convenient. Remote controls, wireless devices, and interactive toys would disappear. More than just convenience, batteries power life-saving medical devices and emergency tools. Without them, progress in medicine, exploration, and daily life would stall.
Have you ever wondered what makes a toy car zoom across your living room floor? It might look simple, but there's a whole world of science packed inside that tiny vehicle, just waiting to be discovered. You flip a switch, and suddenly, it comes to life. Wheels spinning, headlights flashing. It's almost as if the car has a mind of its own, ready to race off on a brand new adventure. It's not magic, it's science, right in your hand. Every time you pick it up, you're holding a piece of engineering that's designed to teach and entertain at the same time. That race car is a tiny machine, showing us how energy changes form to create action. Gears, motors, and wires all work together to make it move. Before you turn it on, it just sits there, still and silent. It waits patiently, holding on to its hidden power. But inside, batteries are packed with chemical energy, waiting to be released. These little powerhouses are the heart of your toy car. Flick the switch and you unleash that energy, starting a chain reaction. The car's motor wakes up, and everything inside begins to work together. This is called energy transformation, energy changing from one type to another. It's a process you can see and hear every time your car moves. In your toy car, chemical energy becomes movement, light, and maybe even sound. All these effects are powered by the same simple batteries. This isn't just about toys. It's the same science that powers phones, lights, and real cars. The principles are everywhere, shaping the world around us. Your toy car is a mini lab, showing you the secrets of energy and chemistry in action. Every time you play, you're learning how things work. So next time you play, remember, you're experimenting with the laws of science. You're not just having fun, you're exploring the wonders of technology. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Science is everywhere, even in your favorite toys. Let's dive deeper into the journey of energy inside your toy and discover even more amazing secrets hidden beneath the surface. If you're enjoying these science adventures, don't forget to subscribe to the For Science Salah Lotfy channel for more fun discoveries and experiments. Hit the subscribe button and join us for even more amazing science fun. See you in the next video. So, what's inside those batteries? Have you ever wondered how something so small can make your favorite toys come alive with energy and excitement? They're like tiny chemical factories, working hard behind the scenes to power up all sorts of gadgets and toys you use every day. Picture a sandwich, 2 electrodes, like slices of bread, with an electrolyte as the filling in between. Each part has a special job to do inside the battery. The chemicals inside are packed with potential energy, just waiting for the right moment to be released and put to work. It's a lot like a stretched rubber band, energy stored up, ready to snap into action the instant you need it. Batteries come in all shapes and sizes, from tiny button cells to big chunky ones, but they all work the same way, by storing chemical energy and keeping the chemicals separated until it's time to use it. Each end of the battery is called a terminal. One is positive, and the other is negative. These terminals are the key to making the energy flow. This careful separation is what lets energy flow only when the circuit is complete, powering up your toys at just the right moment. It's truly amazing how much energy can fit inside such a small package, ready to be unleashed whenever you need it. Thanks to better batteries, your toys can now run longer, move faster, and keep you entertained for hours on end. The chemical energy stored in the battery is the very first step in your toy's energy journey, setting everything in motion. It's the fuel, ready to be transformed into light, sound, or movement, something truly exciting and fun. Next, let's see how this hidden energy gets moving and brings your toys to life. Ready for the spark? Have you ever wondered how your toy suddenly springs to life when you put in fresh batteries? The secret lies in completing a circuit, a special path that lets energy flow from the battery into the toy. A circuit is a closed loop, a continuous path that electricity needs to travel. Without this loop, the energy stays trapped inside the battery. When you flip the switch, you connect the battery's positive and negative ends using wires hidden inside the toy, allowing electricity to move. This action triggers a chemical reaction inside the battery, causing it to release tiny particles called electrons. These electrons flow out from the negative terminal, travel through the toy's circuits, and return to the positive terminal, creating a steady stream. This steady flow is what we call electricity, a current that carries energy to every part of the toy. In an instant, the battery's chemical energy is transformed into electrical energy, racing through the wires and circuits. The toy comes alive, moving, lighting up, or making sounds, all powered by this invisible current. The battery is now hard at work, converting its stored energy into motion, light, or sound, depending on the toy's design. And just like that, the first big energy transformation is complete, bringing your toy to life with the magic of electricity. Now, how does electricity make the toy move? Enter the electric motor. The motor takes electrical energy and turns it into kinetic energy, movement. Inside, electricity flows through coils, creating a magnetic field. Permanent magnets and electromagnets push and pull, spinning a shaft at high speed. This spinning shaft connects to gears, which turn the wheels or move the toy's parts. The quiet flow of electrons becomes powerful motion. That's how your car zooms, your robot dances, or your helicopter spins. Electricity and magnetism team up to create action. The transformation from battery to movement is complete. Next, let's see how toys make sound. Some toys sing or play music. How? They turn electrical energy into sound. Inside, a speaker uses electricity to create vibrations. The electrical current flows in patterns, making a coil and cone vibrate. These vibrations push air, creating sound waves. When the waves reach your ears, you hear music or voices. The battery's chemical energy becomes electrical, then kinetic, then sound energy. It's a scientific symphony in every note. That's the magic behind your singing toys. We've followed energy's journey from battery to spinning wheels and music. But this isn't just about toys. Energy transformations power our world. Turning on a lamp, blending a smoothie, or using your phone, all use the same science. Understanding this helps us make smarter choices, like saving energy. Every action, from turning off lights to charging devices, connects to a bigger picture. Curiosity about toys is the first step to understanding how the world works. The same principles power electric cars and clean energy solutions. So next time you play, remember, you're exploring the rules of the universe. Science is everywhere, even in your favorite toy. And that's the most exciting adventure of all. Imagine this. You're having the best time playing with your favorite toy. Maybe it's a speedy race car zooming across the floor, or a talking doll that tells you stories and sings songs. Suddenly, right in the middle of the fun, it just stops. The car freezes, or the doll's voice goes quiet. You try everything you can think of. The car won't budge, the doll's mouth is open, but there's no sound. And no matter how many times you press the buttons, nothing happens. It feels like the magic has disappeared. You might start to wonder, did my toy break? Is it just tired from all the playing? But here's a little secret that not everyone knows. Your toy isn't broken at all. It's just run out of energy, just like you do after a long day of running and playing. Think about how you need snacks or meals to keep going. Your toys need their own special kind of food to keep working and having fun with you. That special food is called a battery. Batteries are like tiny energy packs that help your toys move, talk, and light up. When your toy stops working, it's not sad or broken. It's just hungry for more power, waiting for you to help it out. So, it's not the end of the fun. It's just a quick pause, like a snack break for your toy, before the adventure continues. And here's the best part. You can be the hero. You can help your toy get its energy back and be ready for more playtime. All you need to do is figure out what kind of snack your toy needs. Some toys like AA batteries, others need AAA, and some even use special shapes. Are you ready to become a battery detective and solve the mystery of what your toy needs to come back to life? Let's get started and bring your toy back to life. With a fresh battery, your toy will be ready for more adventures and endless fun. So, grab your thinking cap and your favorite toys. Let's go on a battery adventure together. And if you love learning cool science facts and fun adventures, don't forget to subscribe to the For Science Salah Lotfy channel. That way, you'll never miss out on our next exciting discovery. Have you ever wondered what makes your favorite toys come alive? The answer is hidden inside a small but mighty battery. So, what's inside a battery? It's packed with a special kind of energy called electricity, stored up and waiting to be released. This energy is what powers your toys, gadgets, and even some of your household devices. Batteries have a plus side and a minus side. When you put them in the right way, electricity flows through your toy. It's like opening a tiny door that lets the energy rush in. This energy travels through thin wires to motors, speakers, and lights, making your toy move, talk, or light up. Every part inside your toy depends on this flow of energy to work properly. The battery is like the toy's heart, pumping energy everywhere it's needed. Without it, your toy would just sit still and silent. If the battery isn't in right, nothing happens. The toy stays off no matter how many times you press the button. That's why the plus and minus signs must match the toy's battery compartment. These symbols show you exactly how to line up the battery. When they do, a complete circuit is made, and the toy comes to life, ready for action. It's like flipping a magic switch. Every time you press a button or see a light blink, that's the battery at work, sending energy exactly where it's needed. It's a tiny powerhouse hidden inside, always ready to help your toys play music, move, or shine bright whenever you are. Understanding how batteries work helps you keep the fun going and your toys working their best. Pretty cool, right? Next time you play, remember the secret power inside. Have you ever wondered how to tell when your favorite toy's battery is running low? Sometimes toys can't tell us with words, but they give us little hints that they're feeling tired and need some extra energy. Look for clues. Maybe your toy car starts moving much slower than usual, or the music it plays sounds a bit strange or wobbly, almost like it's singing in slow motion. You might also notice the lights on your toy getting dim, flickering, or fading away instead of shining brightly like they used to. Sometimes your toy might only work for a second or two, or it needs a little push from you just to get started, but then it stops again. It could even stop and start over and over, almost like it's taking tiny naps in between playing, as if it's too tired to keep going. All these are signs that the battery inside your toy is almost empty and needs to be replaced soon, so your toy can feel lively again. When you spot these clues, it's the perfect time for a battery change. Swapping out the old batteries for fresh ones is like giving your toy a big burst of energy. Think of it as your toy's way of asking for help, hoping you'll notice and give it what it needs to get back to playing and having fun with you. Don't worry, it's really easy to fix. With just a little help, your toy will be back to its happy, energetic self in no time. Just remember these helpful clues, and you'll always know exactly when your toy needs a boost to keep the fun going. Are you ready to help your toy wake up and play again? Let's find out how to give it brand new power and bring it back to life. On to the next step. Let's get your toy moving and grooving again. Your toy is out of power. What now? You have two choices. Swap in new batteries or recharge the old ones. Some toys use single-use batteries. When they're empty, you replace them with new ones. Always recycle old batteries with an adult's help. Other toys use rechargeable batteries. Just pop them in a charger and they're ready to go again. Rechargeables save money and help the planet. You'll need a special charger, but you can use them many times. Whether you swap or recharge, you're giving your toy a fresh start. Both ways work. Just check which kind your toy uses. Ready to bring your toy back to life? Let's do a safe battery swap. Time to fix your toy, but safety first. Always ask a grown-up to help with batteries. Find the battery door, usually held by a small screw. Your adult helper opens it, and you see the old batteries. Notice the plus and minus signs. Match them with the new batteries. Put the new or recharged batteries in the right way. Close the door and tighten the screw. Press the button. Does your toy work? Yes. You and your helper just brought your toy back to life. High five. You're a toy-fixing superstar.
Ever notice how your toy car zooms, your robot marches, or your spinning top whirls, then suddenly they all stop? No matter how hard you push or wind them, every toy eventually comes to a halt. Why? It's not magic, it's science. When you push a toy, you're giving it energy, the power to move. Batteries, springs, or your own muscles provide this energy, but even with a big push, the toy never moves forever. Where does that energy go? Why does the fun always end? To solve this mystery, we need to become energy detectives. Let's grab our science goggles and follow the clues. We'll discover the invisible rules that make every toy stop. Ready? Let's roll. And don't forget to subscribe to the For Science Salah Lotfy channel for more fun science mysteries. Energy is the secret behind every moving toy. When you push a car, you give it kinetic energy, the energy of motion. But the world is full of invisible brakes, friction, and air resistance. Friction happens when the toy's wheels rub against the floor, slowing it down. The rougher the surface, the more friction, and the faster the toy stops. Air resistance is like running through water. Tiny air particles push back against the toy. Both forces steal bits of the toy's kinetic energy. Imagine the toy's energy as water in a bucket. Friction and air resistance poke holes in the bucket, letting energy leak out. The toy keeps moving as long as there's energy left. But the leaks never stop. Eventually, the bucket is empty, and the toy comes to a standstill. That's why no toy moves forever. The energy is always slipping away. So, where does the lost energy go? Energy can't disappear, it just changes form. Friction and air resistance turn the toy's kinetic energy into heat and sound. Rub your hands together fast. They get warm. That's friction making heat. The same thing happens to your toy's wheels and axles. As the toy moves, it also makes noise. Whirs, clicks, and rumbles. That sound is energy too. Every squeak and every bit of warmth is energy that used to make the toy move. The more heat and sound, the less energy left for motion. Bit by bit, the toy's go power is drained away. That's why it stops. Here's the answer. Toys stop because their moving energy, kinetic energy, is constantly being changed into heat and sound by friction and air resistance. The energy isn't lost. It just wears a new disguise. The push you gave the toy becomes warmth in the wheels and a sound in the air. Once all the kinetic energy is transformed, there's nothing left to keep the toy moving. That's why every toy, no matter how fast or powerful, eventually comes to rest. The energy is still around you, just not in a form that can make the toy go. So next time your toy stops, remember, it's science in action. Energy never disappears, it just changes form. And that's the secret behind every toy's journey. Science is cool.
Alright, let's jump right into the juicy part. Real life, everyday hacks you can use right now. I'm talking about those little tweaks that make life just a bit easier, faster, or frankly more fun. Let's start in the kitchen. Ever struggled to open a stubborn jar? Here's a trick. Grab a thick rubber band, wrap it around the lid, and boom, extra grip. No more wrestling with spaghetti sauce while your pasta overcooks. And speaking of pasta, did you know the hole in a spaghetti spoon measures a perfect serving? Next time, skip the guessing and use that. Moving on to mornings. If you're like me and find yourself snoozing the alarm way too often, try leaving your phone or alarm clock across the room. You'll have to get up to turn it off, and that's half the battle right there. Now, let's talk about cables. If your charger cables are constantly tangling, grab a spring from an old pen and wrap it around the cable near the connector. It acts like armor, keeping it from bending and breaking. Plus, it looks kinda cool. When it's laundry day and you accidentally shrink your favorite shirt, don't panic. Fill a sink with lukewarm water and a bit of hair conditioner, soak your shirt, and gently stretch it back out. It's not magic, but it's close. Ever had a key that looks exactly like another one on your keyring? Paint the top with nail polish, different colors for each key. No more fumbling at the door after a long day. Okay, let's talk about smelly shoes. Sprinkle some baking soda inside, leave it overnight, and shake it out in the morning. Fresh shoes, zero hassle. Oh, and here's a quick one for those who love houseplants but always forget to water them. Fill a wine bottle with water, flip it upside down, and stick it in the soil. The bottle slowly releases water, keeping your plant happy for days. Let's face it, life gets busy. But with a few clever tweaks, I can save time, avoid headaches, and even have a little fun along the way. Try out these hacks, see which ones stick, and don't be afraid to get creative and invent your own. That's what life hacking is all about, finding smarter ways to do everyday things. Thanks for hanging out with me, and remember, sometimes the simplest ideas make the biggest difference. If you enjoyed these tips, don't forget to subscribe to the For Science Salah Lotfy channel for more awesome life hacks and smart solutions.